VAR is ruining football. Man, I remember the days when you would score a goal and you could celebrate without having the thought of VAR looming in the back of your mind. I remember the days that when you get a yellow, it was just that. Now you gotta worry because it could get upgraded to a red. And that is just taken away from the joy of football, the reason why we watch it in the first place. And things like this just ruin the joy of football.
You're just ruining it. Look at my lips. You're ruining it. Ruining.
First of all, I have to mention that I'm not against VAR as a whole. Believe it or not, I actually think the concept of it is really nice and it makes a lot of sense. But bro, if you're gonna make bad decision after bad decision after bad decision, what's the point in having the technology if you're not gonna use it correctly?
What's the point of all this?
And that brings me to why I'm making this video in the first place. Well, this past weekend, Arsenal were the victims to this joke of a thing called VAR. Let's look at how it happened. In the 64th minute of the match, Anthony Gordon scored the first and only goal of the game. And as usual, VAR started to check if it was actually a legit goal and if the goal should stand. But this time was different. Very, very different. Why, you may ask? Well, VAR was reviewing the goal for not one, not two, but three incidents leading up to the goal. Now, let me show you a screenshot. Let me ask you, how in God's green earth do VAR not think the ball is out in this picture? Now, let me show you another screenshot. Once again, let me ask you, just by going off this image right here, does this look like a foul to you or not? And they checked it for a third time for a possible offside. And after reviewing all these images, VAR decides that the goal should stand. Bro, if you're in the VAR booth as an assistant referee and you look at this image and you say, yeah, the ball was still in, you're either an Arsenal fan disguised as a referee or you're blind. There is no two ways about it. And I'm not even mentioning all the other horrible decisions there were in this match alone. And while some of you might say that Arteta was overreacting in the press conference after,
I feel embarrassed. It's an absolute disgrace that this goal is allowed. It's an absolute disgrace. Honestly, I feel sick. That's how I feel. I feel sick to be part of this.
well, I don't think he was, because at the end of the day, VAR stole points from them, and it will cost them towards the end of the season, especially if they are in a title race with Man City. And I don't gotta think, I gotta tell you that when Man City is your rival, every point counts. I'm sure Arsenal fans already know that, considering what happened last year.
History makers, the record breakers, the team that have simply been head and shoulders above the rest.
And the crazy thing is, and I'm sure you already know about it, a similar VAR decision happened just about a month or two ago, where we saw Luis Diaz goal getting ruled for offside when he was clearly on, and Liverpool ended up losing the game. So what did the Premier League do? They released an audio and gave the referees involved a slap on the wrist. And that is the reason why I think the referees don't actually put effort into VAR decision, is because there's so little punishment that can come from it. And as Arteta already said, you can't call yourself the best league in the world with stuff like this always happening. The Premier League need to act, and they need to act fast. The thing is, on the flip side, and we saw this in the game yesterday, Chelsea versus Tottenham, was that they were stopping the game for every little thing to do a VAR check. It seemed like they were paranoid and they were trying their hardest not to make a mistake. And that just makes the game very slow and less fun. All in all, the Premier League need to find a good balance and make sure that they get the decisions right without compromising the pace of the game. And that brings us to the end of the video. Thanks for watching, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to always keep it real.